that I'm Greek. My whole family. I look so out of place with my whole family.
We're the Elmer's glue of commentary, man.
Just you go to put the camera on the player so it stops looking at me, dude.
It's because we're pasty. Hey, incidentally, this is actually, I'm super excited for this match because these are actually two of the homies, right? So the Prince, obviously, if you watch FGC, you know ListonThePrince, one of the smartest players in the business. But gotta show some love to my boy Zerox. He's from my neck of the woods. We grew up together up in Everett, Mass, and he's one of the dudes that got me into fighting games back in the 2010-2011 time period. The first Evo I ever watched was in his living room.
Having the watch party. I respect that. I feel like a lot of people started like that. Shouts to my homies in Dade City, Mr. Shane. I know that you're watching, even though you're not invested in these anymore. That's where I watched my first Evo. It was amazing. That's good. That's a good memory.
Everybody has one. Everybody has their first Evo and like who they watched it with. But yeah, so Liston bringing out the Cammy, going up against Zerox on the Honda.
Honda versus Cammy, definitely a little annoying. I think Honda overall is used to being able to brick wall certain characters and used to being able to kind of bully. Cammy is ungovernable. It's very hard to bully here.
I don't know. We watched Shine govern Cammy pretty effectively from afar with that standing medium kick in the previous set just before we went to break. All right. Zerox playing pretty patient, but that was a great spot for a jump back by Liston, and also very equipped to bust out off of that headbutt. And you can see, wow, Liston is so willing to just sit full screen and let that drive gauge come back. There is nothing you can do to force the interaction that I give a damn about.
Ooh, try to go for hands after the drive rush there. Ends up losing out and going into burnout in that situation. So now, Liston, like you said, I mean, patience pays off. The savings account is looking crazy right now.
What's the interest rate on that? I wonder. But hey, it's looking like a little bit of a recession happening right now. That life is depleting. Wow, that dive kick hit super late. Zerox almost out of burnout. You can tell that he doesn't want to be surrendering as much real estate on the screen as he has been. Nice pickup. He was a little late off of the cancel off the crouching medium kick, but still got the better of it. No whip punish on the spiral arrow, but we do find the throw on the parry in the first round. A lengthy one, but it does go to Zerox.
That was a sneaky dash, though, for sure. So not something you see as often from Honda. Obviously, his forward and back dashes are not super great. A little stubby, but working out in the end there. For that stop sign, obviously you can control your momentum a little bit when you go for the jumping heavy, so you can kind of lean in just a hair to be able to get close enough. But Liston with the knockdown.
Yep, throw tech. And now we're just playing in this neutral range. It's a little bit hard to try to anti-air Cammy. That can be really scary with that dive kick. But the fact that he is willing to do that and bring that chop to the equation is something that Liston is going to have to be watching for.
Absolutely. And if it beats it clean, he gets bust stomp or a headbutt if he's completely ready for it. So super high reward if that chop starts working out.
All right, cashing out the level 3. And on top of everything else, the fact that this situation came as a result of Zerox gets the plus frames off of consuming the sun stack and forces the drive reversal out of the Prince. And now, with that level 3, Liston is so low on drive gauge, this is a very slow snowball-y effect going in Zerox's favor.
Yeah, reads the jump in that spot. Good use of the butt stomp to be able to stop the attempted evasion there from the Prince. Not let him get too far away. 1-0 now in the favor of the Honda. I like what I see so far. Honestly, generally, no critiques. I like this macro gameplay from Zerox. I think he's making a lot of good decisions here, using just enough OD headbutt to make it a threat, and doing a really good job of picking the right normals in the right places.
Yeah, I think that both of them, it seems like they're super willing to play this game in a very defensive style.
Yes.
And I think the fact of the matter is, that's going to tend towards Honda's favor just because I think he's better equipped at trying to maximize these small interactions. As long as Zerox gets the lead and is able to sit on it, because now with Liston in the driver's seat, it's beholden on him to just make sure that he gets the lead, which he has now done. But the drive gauge so low for Liston, Zerox is gonna press the issue.
Oh, another great instance of bust stomp there. Does actually avoid the OD DP as well. The Prince ends up in burnout here. And you can see Zerox, when he's going for that chop, that is a fake headbutt. He's trying to get Prince to jump to be able to make him block the second headbutt here.
Yeah, this is a great spot to be in. You can try to, use your drive rush. The fact that Zerox still has so much drive gauge is great. But, I mean, Liston is in burnout. His back is up against the wall. Nice air-to-air. One more touch will be enough to do it. And the whip DP, this is set point now for Zerox.
Looking very, very strong. Just creeping up on 2 bars for both players here. Someone steady. Oh, but the little burst option there, something I think people forget Honda has, but it doesn't work out. You cannot check in with the headbutt. Great reaction from the Prince.
Yeah, I feel like the real thing here for me for Liston is I feel like he's not found. There's a lot that he's trying to do to bring out like jump normals and errant pokes on the ground to like compete with headbutt and butt slam and stuff, but it's just not working out economically.
Oh, another great block, and we're going to go straight for the chop, but unfortunately, got to be an execution error there. The reset with the standing light kick, not what you want to see.
Right, okay. Wanted for an air-to-air in that spot, I think, maybe, but, right, throw reset now. Liston still low on drive gauge, goes for a little shimmy, nothing really comes of it. Air-to-air interaction goes better for Zerox, and now we've got the level 3 critically here. The Prince is going to get a whole bunch of his drive gauge back to start to bring a little bit more intensity to the game. I have to imagine he's going to stay in the driver's seat here. That was an execution mistake, right? There's no way you wanted DR into immediate throw.
Oh, no! That is going to be the finish. Chop, chop, straight into the CA. Zerox, that is going to close it for sure.
Yep, finishing out with the CA. Love to see the homies succeed. But yeah, I think for Liston there, he was playing that matchup at a very high level, in the sense that I think there was a lot of like, this is how I'm going to deal with this. This is how I'm going to deal with this. Yeah. I think what that ultimately ended up turning into was his game plan was entirely dependent on Zerox's game plan. And Zerox was just as willing to be like, well, I'm winning in a lot of these minor interactions just by way of the fact that the trades go in my favor. And we're both willing to sit full screen.
Yeah.
And you have to spend more resources to press the issue than I do. So you called it a macro game earlier, and I agree with that term. I've been on a big RTS kick lately, and like so much of that matchup was decided by the economic